In today's fast-paced world, where our lives are constantly on display through social media, it's easy to get trapped in the cycle of seeking validation. We share almost every part of our personal lives, constantly looking for likes and follows. But no matter how much we achieve or how many people approve of us online, there's always this lingering emptiness, this craving for something deeper. External validation simply can't fill this void. This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers us a lifeline, providing clarity and peace amidst the chaos of daily life. Picture living a life where your happiness and inner peace aren't tied to the next promotion, the next purchase, or what others think of you. Imagine finding joy and contentment in the simple act of being, unaffected by the highs and lows of seeking approval from the outside world. Stoicism, a philosophy that has withstood the test of time, teaches us just that. It shows us how to build an inner fortress of calm and tranquility, reminding us that true power lies not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering our own thoughts and emotions. Today, we'll explore the core of Stoicism and how its teachings can help us navigate the challenges of modern life. We'll uncover how to live a fulfilled life, not by adding more to it, but by appreciating what we already have. We'll learn to detach our well-being from the clutches of the external world and anchor it within ourselves, creating a steady source of peace and stability that no external force can shake. If you're tired of the constant chase for more, if you're looking for a way to live more authentically and discover true happiness, then you're in the right place. Join me as we explore how to apply the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to our modern lives, transforming how we live, think, and interact with the world around us. Let's embark on this journey together, learning how to live not just any life, but a good life according to the Stoics. Stick around, because this might be the shift in perspective you've been searching for. And before we dive in, don't forget to share this video with friends who could use a bit of Stoic wisdom. Stay with me for the whole journey. Every moment of this video is a step toward reclaiming your inner peace and purpose. Never expose yourself. Stoic lessons for protecting your peace. In today's world, where everything seems to be on display for all to see, it's easy to feel like we must constantly share our lives for validation. Whether it's a success, a failure, or even the most mundane moment, social media pushes us to reveal it all. But have you ever stopped and wondered if that constant need to share is really fulfilling? Is the endless pursuit of likes and attention truly bringing us happiness? Or is it just creating a void? This is where the wisdom of Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. At its heart, Stoicism isn't about withdrawing from the world entirely, but about finding peace in the simplicity of our own lives. It teaches us that happiness doesn't come from external approval, but from cultivating contentment within. Imagine for a moment living a life where your sense of peace isn't tied to what others think of you, where your happiness doesn't rely on the next promotion, the latest purchase, or even the number of likes on your posts. Instead, true joy comes from within, from living in alignment with your values and not being swayed by the opinions of others. That's the core of Stoicism, building inner tranquility and self-mastery. This isn't about denying the world or rejecting success, but about knowing that your worth isn't contingent on external recognition. Marcus Aurelius, despite his power and status, valued quiet reflection over applause. He understood that contentment doesn't come from outside validation. It comes from knowing who you are and living authentically. The Stoics practiced discipline and self-control, focusing on internal growth rather than seeking constant external affirmation. In a world that pressures us to be more, do more, and show more, Stoicism whispers a different truth. Be content with who you are and what you already have. It encourages us to find validation not from others, but from within. The opinions of others, while they might matter to a degree, should never define how we feel about ourselves or the choices we make. Living authentically without worrying about how others perceive us gives us the freedom to pursue our passions and dreams on our terms. It's a freedom that Stoicism offers. The peace that comes from knowing you're aligned with your own values, not dictated by the approval or disapproval of others. So, as we navigate through life, let's reflect on the teachings of the Stoics. Let's consider what parts of our lives we can keep for ourselves, what values we hold most dear, and how we can find peace by mastering our inner world. It's not about rejecting recognition or success, but about understanding that our worth is not tied to them. In a society where the world constantly seeks to pull us in different directions, the Stoics invite us to look inward, to find peace and contentment by focusing on what truly matters our inner lives. By practicing discretion, we can protect our peace, nurture our personal growth, and embrace our journey on our own terms, away from the constant gaze of the world. Think of your life as a garden, a place where you plant seeds of joy, dreams, and aspirations. While it's exciting to plant, remember that not all seeds need to be displayed for the world to see. Some grow best in quiet, away from prying eyes. This practice of discretion is about choosing which parts of our lives to nurture in privacy. Some experiences, some growth, thrive better when kept close to the heart, protected from external judgment. In today's culture of oversharing, Stoicism encourages us to pause and reflect on what we choose to reveal. Not everything needs validation from the outside world. The Stoic path teaches us to find contentment in our own judgments, to value our experiences for what they mean to us personally, not for the likes they generate. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This quote sums up the Stoic approach perfectly. It's not about the applause we receive, but the satisfaction we find in our own journey. Seneca also echoed this sentiment, saying that a happy life is one in accordance with its own nature. Happiness, according to the Stoics, comes from living authentically, nurturing our inner garden in a way that aligns with who we are. Epictetus reminds us to focus on what's within our control, and what's more within our control than the choice of what we share with the world. By embracing the Stoic practice of discretion, we protect our peace and strengthen our character. It's about choosing what we nurture and what we keep for ourselves, guarding the growth of our personal garden without seeking the validation of others. So, let's move forward with purpose, embracing Stoic wisdom. Let's be intentional about what we reveal to the world and what we choose to keep within. By doing so, we protect our peace, safeguard our growth, and live a life that is truly ours, one rooted in our own values, independent of external approval. Picture your life as a beautiful garden, flourishing with dreams, ambitions, and personal growth. But here's the catch: not all of your growth needs to be on display for the world to see. Some of the most profound transformations happen in the silence, away from the bustling attention of others. It's in these quiet, intimate moments where we tend to our inner garden that we build strength and resilience. Let's cherish those moments of solitude, nurturing our dreams with care, patience, and a touch of Stoic wisdom. After all, the true beauty of your garden isn't how visible it is to the world. It's the joy and fulfillment it brings to you. Stoicism, at its core, teaches us the art of living thoughtfully and intentionally. It's not a distant, abstract philosophy reserved for scholars. It's practical, down to earth, and incredibly relevant in today's fast-paced world. At the heart of Stoic thought is the practice of self-control, governing our reactions, emotions, and desires. It's not about avoiding life's highs or lows, but learning how to stay grounded, regardless of external circumstances. True peace lies in our ability to stay calm and steady, even when life feels like a storm. Stoicism invites us to develop inner resilience, not just physical or financial independence, but an unwavering sense of self-sufficiency. It's about knowing deep down that no matter what happens externally, your internal state remains unshaken because you are enough just as you are. Now, let's explore a powerful Stoic lesson: what we choose to share with the world and what we keep to ourselves. This isn't about building walls around our hearts or hiding away. It's about consciously deciding which parts of our lives deserve the spotlight and which ones should remain our private sanctuary. Not every success, every challenge, or every thought needs to be shared. Sometimes, our personal growth thrives best in the quiet, away from the noise and opinions of others. This practice of discretion doesn't mean we become secretive or isolated. Rather, it empowers us to protect our personal growth, allowing it to develop without the interference of external validation. It's like nurturing a delicate seedling in a greenhouse, providing it with the shelter it needs until it's strong enough to face the world. Similarly, we nurture our growth privately, allowing it to flourish until it's ready to stand on its own. Seneca captured this wisdom beautifully when he talked about the serenity that comes from living in accordance with our true nature. He encouraged us to focus on our own path, free from the distractions and expectations of society. Epictetus, too, reminded us that while we can't control external events, we can control how we respond to them. Our empowerment comes from within how we choose to view and interact with the world around us. Even Carl Jung, who came from a different philosophical tradition, echoed the Stoic sentiment when he said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." This highlights the Stoic belief that our true journey is one that starts from within. It's the internal journey that shapes a fulfilling and meaningful life. As we continue navigating life's complexities, let's hold on to these Stoic teachings. Let's practice self-control, managing our emotions and reactions. Let's cultivate self-sufficiency, finding completeness within ourselves. And let's be mindful of what we choose to share and what we keep private, recognizing that our growth thrives in the quiet spaces of our own hearts and minds. By doing this, we aren't withdrawing from the world. We're engaging with it on our own terms, grounded in who we are and clear about the life we want to lead. The journey toward fulfillment isn't about reaching a destination, but about how we travel along the path. Let Stoic wisdom be our guide, steering us toward a life not defined by external success, but by the richness of our inner world. The Stoic sages understood something profound. Not everything in life is meant for public consumption. They valued the quiet moments of reflection, cherishing the lessons learned and victories won in solitude. It's as though they were telling us that there is sacredness in our experiences, and they don't need external validation to be meaningful. When we choose to keep some achievements and lessons to ourselves, we're preserving their essence. We allow them to simmer and deepen within us, enriching our souls and shaping our character in ways that external recognition never could. Marcus Aurelius once said, well on the beauty of life, "Watch the stars and see yourself running with them." This is the Stoic view of finding beauty and meaning in our lives without needing to broadcast it. It's about embracing the richness of our personal journey, cultivating fulfillment without the pressure of outside approval. So, let's move forward, living a life rooted in Stoic wisdom, where we can appreciate and nurture our growth in private spaces, away from the constant noise of the world. By doing so, we build a life that's not only fulfilling but authentically ours, grounded in our values and true to who we are. Seneca wisely pointed out that we often suffer more from our imaginations than from actual reality. This serves as a reminder to avoid the anxiety and dissatisfaction that arise from constantly comparing our behind the scenes to others' highlight reels on social media. By choosing what to share and what to keep to ourselves, we protect the authenticity of our experiences. Epictetus reminds us that we have control over what truly matters: our thoughts, reflections, and how we internalize our experiences. By not sharing every detail of our lives, we maintain the power to shape the narrative of our personal journey, keeping it grounded in our own reality rather than in the distorted perceptions of others. However, this isn't about living in isolation or shying away from sharing moments of joy. Aristotle highlighted the importance of community and connection, reminding us that, as social creatures, our relationships with others are essential. Stoicism isn't about hiding away, it's about finding the balance. We can share experiences that foster connection and growth, while also preserving the personal milestones and lessons that are meant to be our private treasures. Plato would likely agree with the Stoics, arguing that the most perfect moments in life are those that remain untainted by external opinions, those we keep close to our hearts. These unshared moments contribute to the ideal life we aspire to live. If we look at this from a psychological perspective, Carl Jung would likely nod in agreement with the Stoic principle of introspection. He famously said, "Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." This inward journey, often kept private, shapes us deeply. As we navigate the noise and constant pressure to share our lives online, it's essential to remember the Stoic wisdom of discretion and discernment. By cherishing the personal victories, quiet lessons, and moments of both joy and sadness that make up our lives, we ensure that we are living with depth and substance, not just on the surface. The essence of our experiences becomes pure and untainted when we protect them from the outside world's influence. We live in a society that constantly pushes us to broadcast every achievement, every milestone, no matter how trivial. But what if we took a different path? Stoicism offers us a sanctuary from this relentless demand for performance and display, like finding an oasis in the middle of a crowded marketplace. It encourages us to appreciate the beauty of our accomplishments without needing external validation. Instead, we are invited to dive deep into the waters of our soul and engage in introspection that is both transformative and profound. Stoicism isn't concerned with the applause we receive or the accolades we accumulate. It's not about the number of likes, shares, or comments our achievements garner on social media. The true journey of Stoicism is inward-focused. It's about evolving our character and spirit. The most significant battles, the ones that truly matter, are fought not in the public arenas of our lives, but in the quiet, often overlooked landscapes of our minds and hearts. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This profound statement captures the essence of Stoicism, reminding us that true contentment comes from within, from the quality and depth of our inner dialogue, not from the fleeting, often superficial approval of the outside world. Seneca taught that life is best lived when we stop seeking the spotlight and instead embrace the quiet, reflective moments that shape our character. True success, according to Seneca, is measured not by external applause, but by the resilience of our spirit and the integrity of our actions. These are the markers that last, unlike praise that fades as quickly as it comes. Then, there's Epictetus, who famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In Stoic terms, this is an invitation to listen more to our inner voice and to the lessons life offers in silence. Epictetus urges us to focus on personal growth and self-awareness, qualities that quietly unfold away from the public eye. Stoicism doesn't ask us to turn our backs on the world or reject the joy of sharing our lives with others. Rather, it offers us a balanced perspective. Think about Aristotle's golden mean, the idea of finding balance between excess and deficiency. Stoicism guides us to navigate the space between sharing our lives and cherishing the private journey of self-discovery and evolution. It teaches us that, while it's wonderful to celebrate our achievements with others, our self-worth and sense of progress shouldn't be tethered to external validation. Our most meaningful accomplishments and the essence of who we are truly becoming unfold in the quiet moments of introspection and the ongoing evolution of our character. In a world that constantly pushes us to showcase our lives, let's take a step back and remember the Stoic invitation to appreciate the true beauty of our achievements without the need for external validation. We must dive into the deep waters of our soul, embracing a journey of self-reflection and personal growth. The most authentic and transformative battles we face are fought not in the public eye, but within the silent landscapes of our spirits. Let's strive to live a life defined not by external triumphs, but by the richness of our inner world, the strength of our character, and the depth of our spirit. This is the path to true fulfillment, a journey that Stoicism calls us to embark upon. It's a quiet, profound journey that transforms us from within. So how can we apply Stoicism in our everyday lives? Stoicism teaches us the delicate dance between what we choose to share with the world and what we choose to nurture in solitude. It's this balance that fosters true growth. Imagine your life as a book. Some chapters are meant to remain personal, contributing to your character in ways that public chapters never could. This balance isn't about isolating ourselves or building walls. It's about creating sacred spaces for honest reflection, where we can learn from our mistakes and celebrate our victories, big or small. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This reminder encourages us to realize that growth often happens internally in how we respond to the world around us. By exercising control over our reactions and emotions, we learn to focus on what truly matters. Seneca also emphasized the importance of learning from our experiences. Life, he believed, is our greatest teacher. Through reflection, we gain wisdom that doesn't need to be shared with the world. It's in those quiet moments of contemplation that we discover the most profound insights about ourselves. Epictetus taught us to focus on what is within our control. In our everyday lives, this means acknowledging that while we can't control the actions or opinions of others, we can control how much of ourselves we share and how deeply we engage in personal reflection. This control leads to peace and direction in life. So how do we bring this Stoic balance into our daily lives? It starts with mindfulness, being aware of our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Ask yourself why you feel compelled to share certain aspects of your life. Are you seeking validation, or are you simply looking to connect authentically with others? Protecting our personal space means giving ourselves permission to keep some experiences just for us, to treasure them and learn from them without the filter of external approval. Stoicism teaches us to find joy in the journey of self-discovery and growth. even when that journey isn't shared with the world. It's also about being intentional with our actions, making choices that align with our values and principles, even if they're not popular or widely understood. Living authentically, guided by the wisdom of our reflections and the strength of our convictions, is the Stoic way. In our daily lives, let's strive for this balance, creating and protecting space for reflection while appreciating the quiet victories that shape us. True growth and fulfillment come from within, from the balance we maintain between the external world and our internal landscape. By embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, we can use it as a compass to navigate the complexities of life. Let's find strength in our minds, peace in our reflections, and joy in the journey of becoming the best versions of ourselves. This is how we can apply Stoicism to our lives, finding balance, growth, and fulfillment along the way. As we bring this journey through Stoic wisdom to a close, remember this: it's in the quiet moments of solitude, away from the noise of the world, that we discover our truest selves. It's through silent dialogue with our innermost thoughts that we uncover the strength, peace, and authenticity we've been seeking. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's a guiding light, leading us toward a life of intention, resilience, and harmony. The most profound achievements and deepest growth often happen in solitude, far away from the prying eyes of the world. By embracing the Stoic practice of discretion, we can navigate life with greater focus, balance, and fulfillment. So as you move forward, carry with you the lessons of Stoicism not as abstract concepts, but as the very essence of your daily life. Walk the Stoic path and watch your life transform, not because the world around you changes, but because you do, from the inside out. Let's not just chase fleeting moments of happiness. Let's build a foundation of lasting fulfillment and tranquility. If you're ready to explore the art of living well even further, I invite you to check out our playlist right here on the screen. Each video is a step toward understanding how to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom, inspired by the greatest minds of Stoicism and beyond. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Here's to living a life of profound depth and meaning, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy.